Alrighty, guys. Alright, think we're up. Move him. This first stream ever by your boy, Henry, of course, like, yeah. Alrighty, let's turn on this, bro. Of course, when you go to Dollar Tree, you gotta get all gummy things, because that is how you get diabetes. I mean, it's true, but, yeah. Anyways, most overrated Beatles songs. Let's just get right into it. This is my opinion personally. I know you definitely got turned off by my list. So if you saw those, I don't like the popular stuff as much as many others. So let's start out with their first album. Please Please Me. So I put She Loves You. It's not from the album itself. As I only had really one song in contention to actually be as overrated as She Loves You. Actually, She Loves You is just the most overrated song from the Please Please Me sessions, I should say that. I've seen many people say this is one of the most, the best rock songs. It's on their number one hits. It's on the Red album. I don't agree with that. I think that there's some of their underrated gems are a little bit better than She Loves You. Just saying, it's not my favorite real song, although it has a nice rocking chorus. I like the fact that it's pretty much all heavy rock, and it's very, very enjoyable. So let's see what album is up after that. We got With the Beatles and I Wanna Hold Your Hand. This song is definitely even more overrated than She Loves You, as this is literally named as one of the best songs of all goddamn time. Again, it's a single, as there's really no album songs on with the Beatles that are very overrated. Wait a second, guys. I have to let my dog in. My brother. Yeah. Alright. Now that our technical difficulties are gone, I want to hold your hand. I just lost all interest in it after hearing it. Yeah, when we went to Grandma, right? It's like the only thing they played in one of their restaurants. I don't listen to the radio, but when I do, it's always played. It's just overplayed. So the next album up is A Hard Day's Night from 1964. The title track, A Hard Day's Night, is sadly going to have to get it. Or me. I mean, it's literally named as one of the best songs of all oh, of all time for many reasons. The opening guitar chord is actually pretty cool. But it's just another song about someone coming home, someone they love, which they covered on the better opener of the last album. It won't be long, at least in my opinion. My opinion. My opinion matters too. Alright. There's just, I mean, I like the instrumentation of it. It's just the lyrics, I've just heard it before. And done better. The other 64 album is Beatles for Sale, and I have another single release from there. Long Tall Sally. There's really no overrated songs off it because I actually of Beatles for Sale because I love the two hits, so I just had to go with the most overrated song there, and that sadly was Long Tall Sally from the EP of the Long Tall Sally of the same name, Long Tall Sally. This is literally a staple live piece. I find that very confusing. Confusing sing. Yeah, I don't understand why this song was such a great live masterpiece in many people's eyes. Although I still do like it. I think I consider it the best song on this list, I do believe that. Overrated or underrated? Alright, good. Hope is our next album, and from that I have Yesterday. This is just a Paul McCartney solo song. It is just a Paul McCartney solo song on guitar. And the lyrics are actually pretty good. The instrumentation is really good. And the fact that it's named as the most covered song ever is very confusing. Well, no wonder this is the easiest song, the most covered song ever. It's the easiest song to cover. At least something has good covers. God damn. So it has reason to be one of the most covered. At least there's something good about the instrumental. There is really nothing that stands out on this track, in my opinion. Yesterday has been overrated for me. I mean, I still wouldn't mind listening to it. I love listening to Yesterday. As I said, I love the lyrics and the way Paul sings it. It's just the instrumentation. And the fact that you can hear it literally everywhere you go. It just drops it down for me, in my opinion. But if you can still listen to it and you don't think it's overrated, that's okay. It's just not my cup of tea, I guess. Alright, now I had a hard time deciding what the Rubber Soul's overrated song would be, as Rubber Soul doesn't have any overrated songs really. But I settled on, oh god, no. Where is it? Got it. Sorry guys, we're having freaking technical difficulties. I put Girl. I think this and Nowhere Man are the most overrated songs on this album because they're my least favorite. I mean, every song on this album that is rated high, like In My Life, is fantastic. Day Trip are awesome. We Can Work It Out. Those two are the singles to the album. Awesome. Drive My Car. I still love that song. Michelle. Eh. But it's still not as overrated as Girl. Girl just has immaturity. Immaturity at the same time, so it's just very confusing. Saying, I mean, first of all, you got they literally start saying the like, who the hell says that in a song? Not immature. But then you hear the instrumentation, and it's like Bob Dylan, which they were doing a lot during this time of at least John Lennon was, and this was a John Lennon song, by the way. So, the brainer. And I see many people love this song. Like, what? I don't know why many people love it. I side with people who don't like it as much. At least I don't hate it. Many people hate this song. I don't hate many Beatles songs, but I can definitely make a top 10 worst. If you guys don't know it already. Alright, let's go on to Revolver. Alright, closing track, Tomorrow Never Knows. There were two tracks here that I am actually focusing on for Revolver. Track on the honorable mentions, and Tomorrow Never Knows. I don't know why, but I can never get into this. I always thought it was always overrated. I never could really listen to this song without, cringing a little bit. The fact that they definitely got very, very, very better after that. Very better. Many people say this was their masterpiece. No. Not for me. Oh yeah, it's still good. This is not the best. We hit their monumental album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band with the title track. This song, I mean, I see people say they love it. Not to mention that it was put on the Blue album over songs like, well, I know many people don't like Good Morning, but I love Good Morning. But She's Leaving Home, everyone loves. Yeah, it's a short one. I really don't have anything, like, good else to say about it. There's a lot of Sgt. Pepper songs that I think are overrated. This is just one of them. You'll see in honorable mentions. Magical Mystery Tour with I Am the Walrus. I know all of you are wondering. It's like, that's not I gotta say. I just said it was overrated. But there is, I have some specific problems with it. Not really a big fan of the ending of the song. And I know the lyrics were written to be confusing, but it's just too confusing for me to even, like, get into. Like, I mean, I don't hate the song. It ranked higher than Tomorrow Never Knows, and I never said I hated that song. So, yeah. Alright, let's get to the massive White Album, and there are a lot of songs that actually could have made the cut. I'm really surprised how many songs I think are overrated off the White Album, and most of them are by Paul McCartney. He just writes a lot of overrated songs, I guess. Blackbird is. I have the same problems with Blackbird as I do yesterday. It's just a solo McCartney track with bird noises, foot tapping, him singing, and acoustic guitar. And no orchestral backup because George Martin gave up halfway through the White Album because of Paul McCartney on another kind of overrated song. Oh, blah. So yeah, but again, it's also overhated. So Blackbird. That's all I have to say about it. Except for the fact that you'll definitely see the White Album a couple times in honorable mention. Alright, we had to put something from Yellow Submarine on, so I just chose It's All Too Much. I threw it on there. It's not really that overrated, although I think this and Hey Bulldog are the two I see many people love more. I think it's just a little too long for me. Yeah, it's really good. It's just a little too long at the end. It just sounds very loud. I mean, it's very hectic, but it's too long for the hecticness that it brings, because it just gets very confusing after that. Does that make sense? Alright. Anyways, I really don't have that much to say about this, so let's just go on to my favorite album of theirs, Abbey Road. And I had to choose something, so I chose something. Just so I can make that pun. I'm joking, I didn't just choose it so I can make that pun. If I did, I'd let you guys roast me. Something is just... There's something about something. It used to be my favorite song. Then I just suddenly started thinking it's overrated and overrated because I hear it a whole ass ton. I go to restaurants. I was in vacation like a couple days ago. We could go to for a week, and it was well, like they played all the famous Beatles songs there, and I was like, really? Are you kidding me? And it really just lowered the enjoyable level for me. I just couldn't get into the song anymore. Not to mention the lyrics are kind of lovey-dovey, and I'm not really a big fan of the lovey-dovey songs. Some of them, this was one that I just think got a little stale for me throughout the, time I've heard it. Get to the album, Let It Be. There was a clear cut winner for me, and if you guys watched my Paul McCartney rankings, you knew that this was gonna be my most overrated song from Let It Be. It's the long and winding crappy road. I really dislike the fact that this isn't even what the band wanted. Let's be honest here, Let It Be is dismembered for me, mostly because half the songs aren't touched and then half the songs are touched, and then they add two fluff songs in instead of adding one great song in, and they really messed up this album by bringing Phil Spector on to it. I just, I, I mean, I had to listen to the album. The title track is fantastic, but the long and winding road is just. It's never been one of my favorites. I'm gonna say that. First to be off with, I never loved Long and Winding Road. Frantic, I never really enjoyed listening to it, unless if I was listening to the original version. I think there's too much orchestral stuff. That's why I'm not really a big fan of Good Night, and I like the single version of Let It Be a little bit more than the album version. But those are all hot takes I can get to some other day. Plus, it's another McCartney sweet song. It's like Let It Be and Obla Dee, Obla Poo, except for, this one has an orchestral on it because Phil Spector was producing. Alrighty, you know what time it is. It's honorable mention time, yas! As you can tell, I have 7 songs in my honorable mentions to add to the list. So, yes. I added Love Me Do from Please Please Me, and also was released as a single. It's definitely dropped. Especially since you could always hear "Love Me Do," although it has a very catchy harmonica riff. I have "Can't Buy Me Love." I really just think that one's definitely overrated. Not a big. I'm a pretty big Paul McCartney fan. I mean, he is my favorite solo Beatle member after George Harrison. John Lennon. But, he just made a lot of songs that many people love because catchy choruses. And catchy choruses mean makes the radio and the beepo and you know. Oh, yeah, sure. Uh, Same thing with Obladi Oblada from the White Album. I also have that on here. The other two Paul McCartney songs I have on here are Eleanor Rigby from Revolver and Back in USSR, also from the White Album. Then I have two John Lennon songs on here. Nowhere Man from Rubber Soul and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Those songs really don't really do much for me, except for give me something to listen to. I definitely go back to more songs on all of those albums than all of these. Especially all the smash hits here. I like the first three songs up there. She Loves You, On Under Hand, Hard Day's Night. Yeah, I Hardly Come Back to You Yesterday. Love Me Do. The fact that all of these are overplayed leads into the fact that they're overrated. Pretty much any song that I hear too much is just, it gets grating on the ears after a little bit. Anyways, hey guys, welcome back to the full thing, Leo. Full thing, guys. I'm showing my full face. Anyways, I thought I would do a live stream. I think they're actually kind of cool, especially the format I just did. I'm planning on doing one every single day, maybe twice a day. I mean, I'm bored right now, so I might make another one today. Out there for all of you Beatles fans to enjoy 2 live streams a day. I really don't got anything else to upload except for a retrospective and then maybe some other couple other songs down the road. So, I think we're going to get to the most underrated song off of each album next, because, you got the most overrated songs, so then you gotta find the most underrated gems of the Beatles' discography. Anyways, I'll see you then, and